Tonight, the Australian startup taking on the ageing world. The Wi-Fi solution to the unmentionable problem that's costing us billions.
Well, we've found that we're saving in labour and products for continence activities about 30%, or $6,000 a month.
It's a problem no one likes to talk about, but it's costing the world billions of dollars. Now, an Australian company has developed a digital solution it's hoping will capture a global market and put it up with the likes of other local success stories such as Cochlear and CSL. That big problem is incontinence in the elderly. Andrew Robertson reports.
Dr. Rose, would you like to go to the bathroom with me now, please?
Yes,
thank you, ma'am.
Yes, thank you.
A sad reality of life is that 70% of nursing home residents are incontinent. It's a global problem that in Australia is estimated to cost the nursing home industry about $6 billion a year.
We're just wanting to check how things are going with your waterworks. So what we're going to do is an assessment using a pad and pants.
But not just any pad or pants. Australian startup Simavita is using Wi-Fi technology to revolutionise incontinence care.
And then what we'll do is just pop a pad in that has a little sensor strip in here.
A strip that springs into action when accidents occur.
Whenever there's a wetness event in the pad, what happens is this little pod here is sending the message wirelessly to the nurse's station where we saw the computer there.
Which saves the constant checking by nursing home staff, and that flows through to the bottom line.
Well, we've found that we're saving in labour and products for continence activities about 30%, or $6,000 a month.
Twilight Aged Care operates nursing homes in Sydney, and John Stewart says as well as saving money, the Wi-Fi nappies help give elderly people back their dignity.
Toileting programs where we take people to the bathroom every couple of hours can cause anxiety and aggression. So this system gives us a very good idea of when people need to void, when they need to go to the toilet, and we can tailor our activities around their needs.
With the developed world's population ageing at a rapid rate, the potential market for Simavita's Wi-Fi nappies is huge.
There's FDA clearance in place for the US market. There's a CE clearance in place for the European market, and of course the Australian market has had TGA clearance for many years.
Simavita raised $30 million to get to this point. Now it's preparing to float on the Canadian stock market, and Michael Brown is leading that process.
This is a largely uncontested market, and the existing methodologies in the market are manually based, and Simavita has created a way of instrumenting and professionalising the service.
A service Simavita is hoping will be eagerly sought by cash-strapped nursing homes around the world. If it can pull it off, it seems the sky's the limit.
And I'm joined in the studio by Philippa Lewis, Chief Executive of Simavita. Welcome, Philippa.
Thank you, Tiki.
Now, look, I remember seeing on the New Inventors in 2008 you with this innovation, and we've got the Business Council of Australia, CEDA, I spoke to yesterday, calling for, I think, these sorts of innovations, but it's been 5 years of hard work, hasn't it?
It certainly has, and in fact back in 2008 we were very excited about where we were right then, but of course the 5 years since then we've done a number of iterations to this technology, and it's been a difficult road to get to where we are now, but certainly a worthwhile one given the position the company's in now.
What staggers me is some of the statistics around. I had no idea that 70% of people in nursing homes were actually incontinent.
Yeah, it's not a secret we like to keep, but it has been a bit of a secret. But the business, if you like, the business case for this type of thing is huge. Yes, 70%, in excess of 70% of people who are ageing in facilities around the world are incontinent. It's the biggest cost for aged care providers around the world. So it's front and centre of what they're concerned about, and of course it's growing. There's no sign of this ageing population of stopping. It's going to get bigger and bigger.
So from your point of view, you're out in the market trying to raise money now. What are the risks? Because this area must be covered in patents, isn't it?
There are a lot of patents in this area, but in fact we hold a very nice piece of the patent landscape for this area because we've been innovating this product, and particularly because we took the product into the marketplace. Here in Australia we've got great support from the aged care industry. They helped us develop the product, and of course through iterations we managed to create novel applications applications. That, of course, enhances your patent ability, your ability to actually file and register patents, and we do have global patents now in place. We think we're reasonably well protected throughout the world, and we do have, as I say, some very interesting and novel applications for this technology.
The big market you're heading for is America. You've got this Canadian listing and then presumably a compliance listing here, an Australian listing that follows it. But the big market is America. How are you going to get into America?
Look, America is certainly the biggest single market for us. We have a fantastic partner in place. So we've made an alliance, a distribution agreement with the biggest player in our sector in the United States, a company called Medline. And they are the most dominant player in this particular industry.
So they own nursing homes? And
they supply nursing homes,
right.
So they have the dominant position in the supply of goods and services to nursing homes, but in particular in the area of incontinence. And they're a very unique type of partner for us to be able to connect with. And of course it's taken us some time to develop this relationship with them.
So you've got that relationship, but then and you've commercialised it ahead. But I understand that sort of pattern that you're talking about, Kimberly-Clark has got something similar, Procter & Gamble's got something similar. How do you stay ahead of the game then?
Yeah, look, because we've commercialised the product, the difference with us is we've actually built and developed a product that works. So it's okay to develop products, patents of course, and Kimberly-Clark, Procter & Gamble. There are many people in the patent space that we live in, but we hold patents that actually apply to the application of the product. So we have this unique position, if you like, where our patents apply to an actual working product in the marketplace, and that's powerful. So the difference really with a medical device is getting it out there, actually being used by human beings, refining it, iterating it, and then getting it right. As you go through that process, it opens up opportunities to protect your intellectual property. So having a patent is one thing, but actually having it in the marketplace and patenting what's most valuable about that application, that's what we've sought to do, and I think that's what we've achieved.
Is this being very much welcomed by not just nursing homes but relevant areas of government too? Because presumably it's actually going to make a lot of difference to people who have dementia and a whole lot of difference to the dignity process.
There are a lot of stakeholders in the future of our company. A lot of people will benefit from what we have developed. Of course, governments of all types, those that are funding this ageing tsunami, as we call it, are very interested in validation of data, better provision of care, and taking costs out.
So data mining presumably is
absolutely, and we're collecting a huge amount of data that previously has never been available to us, not in any with any rigour or with any discipline or electronically, automatically, let's say. But of course, to other stakeholders, to the family members who are most concerned about their loved ones that they're having to place into facilities, and of course to the ageing person themselves. It's a big thing to suffer from incontinence. It's not a small part of their care. It's a complicated area and it creates a lot of suffering from people. So
and
there are many
ask
people.
One question which has occurred to me. Babies?
Yes, there are applications, of course, for clever sensors in baby products. I think there's a future there.
All right. Well, Philippa Lewis, I think you call yourself the continence queen.
I do, indeed.
And good luck with all this. I hope it continues. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks, Tikki.